Welcome to the Manchester United Chronicle. This is the match preview of match day 12 for Ipswich Town versus Manchester United at Portman Road Stadium on Sunday, the 24th of November. This is the first game in charge for Ruben Amorim as the head coach of United, so let's get into it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button. We are aiming for 500 subscribers before the end of the year, and your support would go a long way. Thank you. So Ipswich Town currently are in the 17th place in the Premier League, just above the relegation zone, thanks to their victory against Tottenham in their last game. This was the first win for Ipswich in the Premier League out of the 11 games that they have played. So far, they have won one, drawn five, and lost five. In their last five games, they have won one, drawn one, and lost three. Of all the teams in the Premier League, they have the worst record at home so far. Kieran McKenna organizes Ipswich Town on a 4-2-3-1 formation with Arianet Muric at the goal, Axel Tuwenzebe, the ex-Man United player, as the right back, Dara O'Shea and Cameron Burgess as the centre-back pairing, and Leif Davis as the left back. It's going to be Sam Morsy in the midfield, along with Calvin Phillips, who's returning from suspension, and Conor Chaplin is going to be in the number 10 position. On the left wing, it's going to be Sammy Smodix, and on the right wing, it's going to be Omari Hutchinson, and Liam Delap is the lone striker up top. When out of position, Ipswich employs a 4-4-1-1 shape. The wingers in Smodix and Hutchinson usually tuck outside the midfielders, making that four midfield line who are always compact with the four defensive line. It's going to be Chaplin and Delap who chases after the ball in the middle third, whereas the remaining eight defensive and midfield players maintain a very compact space in their own third. While in possession, Ipswich occupies a 3-3-4 formation where one of the fullbacks sort of join the offensive line. So particularly Davis usually goes forward and joins the attacking line on the left hand side. So the overlapping fullbacks create overloads, enables dangerous deliveries into the box, and Ipswich wide players, Smodix and Hutchinson, are vital for the width. Hutchinson, with his pace and dribbling, is a constant threat on the right hand side. Ipswich also builds through the middle and also presses through the middle. So Ipswich builds the attack using the double pivot to progress the ball. Morsy often drops deep, creating an overload in the first phase of play, whereas Calvin Phillips operates as the link connecting the defense to attack and enabling smooth transitions. Also, in the pressing philosophy of Kieran McKenna, the team presses aggressively in the middle third. Chaplin spearheads the press, supported by Smodix and Hutchinson. Uh, Also, Phillips and Morsy join them in creating that overload in the middle third with five players, forcing opponents into turnovers. The key player for Ipswich is going to be Conor Chaplin. He is the creative linchpin in the system, and he is crucial in exploiting spaces and linking up play. It's going to be interesting to see the battle between either Casemiro or Ugarte and Chaplin. Now, moving on to Manchester United. United are coming into this with a lot more confidence. Ruud van Nistelrooy was in charge of the last four games, and they've won three and drew one in those four games. Their last loss was against West Ham. In the last four games under Ruud, they also scored 11 goals. But United are currently sitting in the 13th place with 15 points and zero goal difference. So we need to start scoring more goals to improve the goal difference. Only Everton, Crystal Palace, and Southampton has scored less goals than United in this season. So this is going to be Ruben Amorim's first match in charge. So based on the training videos and the interviews, it is clear that he is going to deploy a 3-4-3 formation. But to be honest, it is the wild, wild west when it comes to player selection. We have a new manager, many players coming back to fitness, a new system, quite a few out of form players, and quite a few in form players, and um, there's solid depth in the squad as well. So, which is going to make picking the playing 11 extremely difficult. But I'm going to pick the playing level based on whom I think should be playing. To begin with, it's going to be Onana at goal. Since Martinez might be injured, it's going to be Johnny Evans as the left centre back, Matthias Delict as the centre back, and Lenny Yoro as the right centre back. And for the wing back positions, it's going to be Masroy in the left wing back and Dallo in the right wing back system. I have picked them over others because both these players have played in the role for their countries, Dallo for Portugal and Mazraoui for Morocco. So it might be easy for them to understand the role. And in the midfield, it's going to be Casemiro and Ugarte. Mainu is just coming back from an injury, so he's going to not be rushed into this. Eriksen is also coming off international duty, and most of all, Casemiro has been the best player for United in the last few games. So, and Ugarte is the only player who has played under Amorim in Amorim's system, so he would be the first person on the team sheet. And in terms of attack, it's going to be Garnacho on the left forward position and Bruno Fernandes on the right forward position, and Marcus as the striker. I've picked Marcus over Højlund because Højlund has been on international duty, whereas Marcus had a bit more time, and he also had a lot more training sessions with Ruben. So I've picked Marcus over Højlund. But I believe we are going to see some substitutions as well. I think Mainu is going to come in place of Casemiro, Ahmad in place of Garnacho, Højlund in place of Marcus, Dallo in place of. So Euro is going to go out. Dallo is going to become the right centre back, and Anthony might get a chance in the place of Dallo in the right wing back, and Malasia might replace Johnny Evans. The three at the back actually provides a lot more stability. So Amarin's 3-4-2-1 provides defensive solidity with a back three that is comfortable with possession. Evans and Euro are going to be tasked with breaking the first line of opposition press. And in this system, wingbacks play a dual role, providing width in attack and dropping into defensive positions when possession is lost. So Dallo and Mazroi are extremely vital for transition, and it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt to this new system as well. Bruno Fernandes and Garnacho operate as dual playmakers behind Marcus, creating overloads in the central areas. Their positioning allows for intricate combinations and space creations by pulling Ipswich's midfield out of shape. United's press will be aggressive from the front, with Marcus initiating the press, Bruno and Garnacho also applying that high press. Upon losing possession, Amarim's side counter presses immediately to regain control. That's the system he usually plays, and the front three pressing is an integral part of that system. In terms of the midfield, United's game plan will emphasize quick vertical play. Ugarte and Casemiro act as the engine moving the ball rapidly to the front line. So they are going to be the key players to maintain that tempo of the game in terms of rotation, in terms of switching sides, and also in terms of cutting down Ipswich attack. The key player for United will be none other than Bruno Fernandes. He is the creative force capable of unlocking defenses with that amazing passing ability and creativity, coupled with also a goal scoring threat. So it's going to be interesting to see how he adapts to his new right forward position. My prediction is going to be 0-3 for United. We have a new manager, new energy. Our players are back to scoring goals. The system brings in more defensive stability. So I think it's going to be a convincing victory for United, and we'll be back to positive goal difference. And I'm hoping In the process, some of the teams above us on the table lose points this weekend, so that we can start climbing up the table as well. Please drop your predictions in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the year. And if you enjoyed the video, click the like button as well. See you in the next one. Bye bye.